Hello, good morning. Myself, I am Dr. Jitendra Chimakurti, Head of the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and I will be teaching you with human anatomy and physiology. And in pharmacy, you will be coming across various subjects related to your health, illness, and its treatment. So, you have to initially know about your body, followed by you should be knowing about what are the various illness and what are the underlying causes of the illness, and later you will be studying about how to treat such illness. And the subjects pertaining to these three aspects will be studied in different names such as human anatomy and physiology, pathophysiology, and pharmacology. In human anatomy and physiology, which you will be studying in your first semester and the second semester, you will be knowing what is the anatomy and physiology of an healthy human body. Whereas in pathophysiology, which you will be studying in the later semesters, you will be knowing about what is the abnormalities in any diseased condition and how the physiology is altered in this diseased condition. And the third one is pharmacology, in which you will be studying about various agents which are called as therapeutic agents or drugs which are used in the treatment of these pathophysiological abnormalities. Under this human anatomy and physiology, you will be studying about various systems of your body. Human body, though it appears as a single entity and it works as a single entity, it is composed of different systems which are specialized in their particular functions. And a combination of all these functions together forms the human body. For example, you will be studying the human anatomy and physiology under various headings such as cardiovascular system, digestive system, respiratory system, lymphatic system, nervous system, skeletal system, muscular system, reproductive system, sensory organs. In this way, you will be studying your anatomy and physiology under various headings. And under each heading, you will be studying about what are various organs which are involved in that system, what is the structure of those organs, what is the function of those organs, and what is the physiology underlying in their functioning will be studied of each and every individual organ of a system. For example, when you are studying about cardiovascular system, you will be studying about its components such as heart and blood vessels. When you are studying about respiratory system, you will be studying about its components, that is nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs, and all. When you are studying about digestive system, you will be studying about all the components involved in this system. That is, starting from mouth, you will be studying about esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. In this way, you will be completing all the systems. In this way, we will be discussing in detail about all the systems, the anatomy of the system, and the physiology of the system. So, by the end of this year, in the first year, where you will be studying your human anatomy and physiology under both semester 1 and semester 2 as two parts, you will be completing the whole human body's anatomy and physiology. Let's say what are the various systems which the body is made up of. We have seen what all are the various systems which are present in the body. And initially, let us see what you will be studying under the anatomy and physiology of individual systems, for which you should know what anatomy is, what physiology is. Apart from this, you also will be coming across the terms pathology, pathophysiology, pharmacology. Anatomy, it is the study of structure of the body and what are the various organs with which any particular system or a organ is associated with. So we should be knowing what is the spatial orientation of any organ in the body. For example, we should know what are the various organs which are surrounding the stomach. What is present above, what is present below, what is present in front of, and what is present behind. That is the structural anatomy in terms of its spatial organization. We will be studying this thing apart from studying the anatomy of that particular organ itself. In anatomy of particular organ, in the sense, for example, you take anatomy of stomach, where you will be studying what is the shape of the stomach, what are various parts of the stomach, what are various tissues present in the stomach. This is the anatomy of that particular organ. So, under anatomy, you will be studying the structure of an organ or a system, and also what are the various organs which are associated with that particular organ or system. Whereas under physiology, we will be studying about what is the function of that particular organ and what is the purpose of that particular organ in the body. So in this way, we will be studying about the anatomy and physiology of all the systems and all the organs of the systems in the body. So by the end of this subject, you will be able to know what is present in your body, what are the various organs present in your body, what are the various functions of those organs, what is the structure of those organs, in what way all these organs are interrelated with each other, and how they are going to perform the ultimate function of your body. You also will be coming across the term pathology and pathophysiology. We have seen in anatomy and physiology, you will be studying about the structure of any organ, structure of the tissues on an organ, function of that particular organ in health. Whereas, imagine in any disease, we also will be studying what will be the changes in the structure of the organ in the case of any abnormality which leads to a disease. Here we will be studying about the disease and its impact on the organs. So what happens in a diseased state to the structure of that particular organ will be studied under pathology. Whereas in pathophysiology, you will be studying about how the function of these particular organs will be altered in the case of any disease. The structure of the organ in a disease is studied under pathology, whereas the alteration in the functions of those organs in a diseased state will be studied under pathophysiology. So now you know how the body or the system or an organ it functions when it is healthy, and you know what happens to that particular organ in the case of any disease, and what happens to the function of that particular organ in any disease. So later you also will be studying on how to treat this abnormality, and this you will be studying under the subjects pharmacology and pharmacotherapy. Pharmacology is the study of science of drugs, where we call them as therapeutic agents which are used in the treatment of these diseases. Whereas in pharmacotherapy, you will be knowing about the knowledge of how to use these drugs in the treatment of that particular disease. In pharmacology, you will be studying about the science of drugs, means what is the drug, what is its structure, what is its function, what is its mechanism of action, and all the other aspects related to that particular drug. Whereas in pharmacotherapy, you will be studying about how these drugs can be used in the treatment of any disease. So these are various interrelated subjects which you will be coming across in the course of pharmacy, and this is a science which you will be studying and will be helpful for you throughout your lifetime, because you will be knowing about the anatomy and physiology of your individual organs in the body and how they are going to function, and what is the purpose of them in your body, and what happens in any diseased state in terms of their structure and function, and what are various drugs which are available for the treatment of that particular disorder. And you also will be having the knowledge of how to use those drugs so that you could cure from any particular disorder. Hence, these particular subjects which you will be studying related to your human body or disease and all will be very important throughout your lifetime, and also when you are studying in your pharmacy course, because pharmacy is nothing but it is a science of drugs which involves knowledge about discovery of drugs, manufacturing of various formulations, use of the drugs or administration of the drugs and all. So for which you should have a knowledge on how these drugs will act, where it will act, what are the side effects of these drugs and all. And I welcome you all to this learning of human anatomy and physiology for your first semester of B Pharmacy. In this semester, you will be having 5 units, or you can call them as 5 sections, where you will be studying about few systems pertaining to your human body. Whereas in the second semester, you will be studying about the other systems pertaining to your human body. And first, let's see what all are the systems that you will be studying in your first semester, human anatomy and physiology. I think you might have studied the anatomy and physiology of certain systems until your 10th class or during your intermediate up to plus 2. So here it will be something like a more elaborate discussion about the same topics, and it is always essential that you have an initial exposure of these systems, which will also be useful for this and the upcoming semesters. In this semester, you will be having 5 different sections, or we call them as 5 units in your human anatomy and physiology in first semester, and you will be studying about various aspects related to human anatomy, physiology and various systems. Let's see what all you will be studying in this semester. In the first semester, in the first unit, you will be studying about various basic elements of human body. So what are the various basic elements the human body is made up of? What are various levels of structural organizations? What is the role of various systems in maintenance of homeostasis? What are the cell structures? What are the organelles of the cell, their functions, and how the cells communicate with each other, and how the cells are held together in the organ or in the body, and what are various tissues, what are the functions of those tissues, and all those things which are fundamental to the human body will be studied under this unit 1. Whereas in unit 2 you will be studying about musculoskeletal system. In musculoskeletal system, it means you will be studying about the skeletal system and muscular system. So both skeletal system and muscular system together are studied because all the muscles in the body are attached to any bones, to the skeleton. Hence, you will be studying the musculoskeletal system, under which you will be studying about what are various bones in the body, what are various muscles in the body, and how the muscles are attached with the top bones, and all will be studied in this unit 2. Whereas in unit 3 you will be studying about blood and lymphatic system, where you will be studying about blood, its composition, its functions, what are different cells, what are their functions, and all. Apart from this, you will also be studying about lymphatic system, means what is lymph, what are various lymphatic organs, what are their functions. You will be studying in this unit 3. And the fourth unit, nervous system. In nervous system you have, I think you know, it is divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Whereas in this semester you will be studying about the basics of nervous system, which involves nervous tissue, functions of those different types of nerve cells which form the nervous tissue, and central nervous system, the unit 4. Whereas you will be studying the remaining other part of nervous system in your second semester's human anatomy and physiology. That is, peripheral nervous system you will be studying in your second semester. Whereas in unit 5 you will be studying about cardiovascular system, under which you will be studying about heart, blood vessels, functions of heart, physiology of heart, how the blood pressure is regulated, and all. So in this way you will be studying about few systems of your body in the first semester, whereas in the second semester you will be studying the remaining systems. The remaining systems include peripheral nervous system and sense organs. So now we are discussing all these topics which you will be studying under your second semester. What all are the systems that are left in the body? That is peripheral nervous system and sense organs. You will be studying there. You will be studying digestive system, endocrine system, urinary system, respiratory system, and reproductive system. These are the systems which you will be studying in your second semester. So in this way we will be completing all the systems which in this way we will be studying all the systems of our body, their anatomy, physiology, and what are various disorders which are associated with that particular systems. So I hope you understood what you will be going to study under the subject human anatomy and physiology. And since in pharmacy we will be having students from both biology background and mathematics background, it is always essential for those people who have come from mathematics background to have a very thorough and constant studying, because especially in human anatomy and physiology you will be coming across with various new terminologies related to your body which you are very new to them. So it will be difficult for you, unlike other subjects, because you have to memorize them because of their novel use in this semester. And I hope you will enjoy this human anatomy and physiology, because you will be knowing about yourself, what is there in your body, what are various systems in your body, what is the system which allows you to take your food, which digests your food, and which absorbs the nutrients from the food. You will be knowing what are the various organs which are necessary for the blood to flow in the blood vessels. You will be knowing what happens to the water you are taking in, how it is eliminated from the body, what are various sense organs, how they are functioning, what are various bones, what are various muscles, how we can move. In this way, it will be very enthusiastic for you to know what all happens in your body and what all can be done to your body in the case of any abnormality, and you can identify what might have happened if at all there is any abnormality in yourself. For example, you feel any abnormality or severe pain in your abdominal region, you could figure out what all are there, where you can feel the pain, what might be the reason behind that pain. In this way, you will be knowing all the factors about your body. So hence, this particular knowledge which you will be gaining by studying this human anatomy and physiology, pathology, pathophysiology, pharmacology, pharmacotherapy, all these things will be essential for you throughout your lifetime. Because though you might be studying different subjects, you might have studied different subjects from your childhood, all might not be useful all the times. But whereas those subjects which you will be studying pertaining to your health, pertaining to any diseases, you can use that particular knowledge throughout your life so that you can take care of yourself and you can take care of people who are with you. And thank you once again for joining me in this journey of human anatomy and physiology. I hope you will enjoy these classes and gain the most. Thank you.